Hey, Anisha.
How's everybody doing?
Good evening.
Thank y'all for coming on this live. We have had a busy day. We just coming from our Bible study.
So we had 2 services.
Yes, 2 services. Awesome time.
Yeah, it was real good. But we said we was going live, so we had to do what we say.
Yeah. Y'all, it's our anniversary. So, similar to tonight, I was coming from church, and I had a singles class meeting that night. And I jumped on my Facebook and asked a question about kissing in our waiting for marriage, or Promise to Wait group. Shout out to the Promise to Wait group.
Yeah, shout out to them. So that's a Facebook group. You know, like Facebook got all the different groups you could get in. That one is particular to people who abstaining and waiting to be married.
Yeah. So I asked a question about kissing. You know, how often should you kiss? What's the importance of kissing? And Miss Love at the time, Mr. Shields now, answered that question.
That wasn't the question.
What was the question?
The question was, like, when is appropriate? Like, when would you kiss a person? Like,
that's what I said.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
It was what I said. Okay, what I said.
Okay.
I said it was something to that extent. So you paraphrased it the same way I was paraphrasing the question. Go ahead.
When would you kiss a person? Like, do y'all have to be in a serious relationship? Do you kiss while you're just kind of dating? Would you kiss on the first date? All that stuff. That's the same thing?
It was exactly the same. The importance, okay. The importance, when, how. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did that, and Miss Love at the time responded. So, man, I was like, oh, okay. She put a nice little question, and you know, I kind of slid in a DM to respond back, and I was like, she kind of cute. So,
kinda. Kinda.
Cute, baby. You're cute.
He was looking through all my pictures.
Not then. I wasn't looking then. I looked at one picture, and then as we were talking, I skimmed through them more, but I wasn't stalking you at first. But so then we just got into like some questions. Like it got kind of we started asking questions about like this relationship and like what was the importance. Were we really serious? Were we kind of just casually dating?
What you looking for?
Yeah.
What's your intentions? He had a lot of questions. Like he had a lot of questions. Like he was ready. I could tell he wanted like a serious relationship, that he didn't come to play, because he had real questions. It wasn't no, what you like to eat. It wasn't no simple questions. It was like, what do you want out of life? Like, how do you see your family in the future? It was deep. I was like, oh, okay. Like, it just let me know that he had a plan. Like, he was a man with a plan, and that he was serious, basically. Like, if somebody come at you straight up, like, talking about the future, talking about real life situations, like want to get to know you on that type of level, they're serious. Like they're serious.
Yeah, I think, and for me, a lot of women prior, either that was either something that they didn't necessarily want to talk about, they think it was too serious. So women, definitely women, you have to be careful. A lot of times you want a casual conversation, but then you also want serious results. But you can't have both. Because if a man really wants you, he's really interested in you, he's going to ask some questions that it's not like another man. So you want a man to be like every other man, but then you want the one man. You can't do both. You know what I mean? So you want something different. You got to be open for something different. And a man that really wants you, like he's not trying to have that. Oh, you look nice. Yeah, you look nice. That's cool. Yeah, you know where you want to eat, but yo, where's the substance? You want some substance. Like if I can just take you out and we can just have fun all the time, that's cool. But what we gonna do after all of that?
Right.
And you know, that's another thing. Like men and women, you can't be so caught up in that fictitious stuff because that's what leads to you losing your clothes. Because when the conversation breaks down, there's nothing else to do. Then you're in the bedroom, and then it's either going to be good for a little while, but then after a while, that might not even sustain it. So
Right. Because it's like you don't get to you don't get to have real conversation. You don't get to build like communication. You don't even get to know like um what that person about really all the way. Because so your phone died. We got the other phone on Facebook. His phone will never be charged. Anywho, you don't never get to like really find out what that person about because it's like it's blurred. It's blurred by sex, by y'all just kind of going out. Even with dating, I would say if you go on a date, that it should be in an atmosphere where y'all could talk and have a conversation. Because if you don't know a person, then you're not gonna want. I don't think nobody should be like, "Oh, come chill over my house. I go chill over your house." Like that's not dating. That's not dating at all. So if you're gonna be dating and you go out, I don't believe in going on a date to the movies unless it's like something before, like we go have appetizers or something before where we could actually talk. But if you just go sit at the movies, then you don't have the chance to really talk and engage. So you don't really get to learn about a person like that. You just kind of sitting in their company. So I don't like I don't like that type of stuff, and I really don't consider that a date to me. If somebody want to go out to like, oh, let's go have a drink and you go to the bar, I don't really feel like you could talk. You know, like you can't get to know each other. And even if you're in that type of atmosphere, you're not about to be asking those serious questions because y'all chilling, y'all having a drink, y'all following a vibe. So I just think it's important to like think about those type of things or put yourself in a situation where you could really get to know that person. Ask those serious questions or whatever.
and I agree, babe. The main thing is that we did learn, and I guess what put our relationship in a different kind of category was most of the time that's all we had was communication.
Yeah.
So a lot of y'all may or may not know, Erica's from New Orleans. I am from Virginia. I live in Virginia Beach. That is a like thousands, well, 1,000 plus, yeah, miles away.
Yeah, so we was long distance. That's a thing too.
Yeah. So, it wasn't, oh, come chill on my house, Netflix and chill all the time. It was real conversations, talking on the phone, and, texting. Um, and then it came to video chatting. But a lot of times we had like a lot of conversation all the time. So this what we had to do. So, but that's the thing that also in the end we realized that built the foundation of where we are now.
So back to the story. He slid in my DMs and asking me
You
all
got
these.
scared.
I did not.
Don't forget. Tell the truth. You got scared. Tell them about you thought that
I
I
didn't
was.
get scared. What happened was I wasn't scared because he slid in my DMs. Dudes slide in your DMs all the time. What scared me, kind of, when he slid in my DMs about the question that he asked, and I commented, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I commented on this man's post. I didn't know who he was. Like I didn't realize.
You thought it was the administrator.
Yeah, I thought it was like when you're in the group, then like the administrator will post a post, and then all these people kind of comment. So they post for people to engage. I thought it was that type of post. I didn't realize that I commented on his personal post. So I was a little nervous because I'm like, oh my goodness, I done commented on this man's post. I was like shook. So then I went back to the post and I was looking. So I'm like, okay, he done slid in my DMs. Let me go see who else he commented to on the post.
She was trying to check me. You thought I was a DM whore. That's what you thought.
I need to know who else he was, talking to on his post. Because that's how it is in those groups. That's why I like the groups, because I like the conversation and, just like-minded people. So I like the groups for that reason. But I really don't say nothing in groups because that's how the men be, especially the men. You comment something, you say something, they in your DMs, like they in there trying to grab something in them groups. So I'm like, let me go see who else he's talking to on this post. Because that's how I am, baby. Because you ain't going to be talking to everybody. And talking to me.
Who else did I talk to?
Nobody. So he wasn't talking to nobody else on the post. They had, and the women, they just as bad. He posted the post and all these women commenting and giving their 2 cents. I just say what I say, but again, I didn't realize I commented on this post. I thought it was an admin post. So I say what I said. Basically, the post was like, when is a good time to kiss? Would you be seriously dating? Do you kiss on the first date? All this stuff. And I was like, babe, I ain't gonna be kissing on anybody. We gotta be in a committed relationship because I just can't be kissing on anybody. So, yeah, if you know me, you know me. So I'm going off on the post. I go look back and all these women, he didn't respond to none of them. I'm the only person that he responded to my post on the post. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I was the only one. So I was like, oh, okay. He really, he really either liked what I said or, kind of wanted to know more. So when he didn't, I actually went back to my DM and I responded to him. And basically the DM, it wasn't nothing like, whatever. He just was like, Miss Love.
It was, I looked at it today. It was like, yeah, thank you for commenting on it. Thank you. You look good. You look nice. You look cute or something like that. Mm-hmm.
He said, Miss Love, I thank you. Nice looking or something like that. Thank you for your comment or something like that. So,
fellas, you ain't gotta be doing too much. Easy. You ain't gotta be doing too much.
Anywho.
Oh, tell them about. Don't forget. Tell them how many times they usually comment in that group.
That was my first time.
First time. Who? What?
I never commented in the group. I already told them that because I told them I never commented in the group. Again, this is my first time.
The Lord.
It had to be the Lord. So that's how basically that's how we met. We met on Facebook. We met in this group.
Won't he do it?
You better testify.
Jesus.
So we met in this group on Facebook. So literally, we didn't know each other, didn't know anything about each other, and we was in 2 different states. Now this is the thing. I'm not like foreign to, like, again, dude sliding your DM. I done had a date in the DM. Like, I done had a dude, like, ask me out, and he didn't even have my number, and I met him to have dinner and stuff. So, the DMs, it's not foreign to me. However, it's kind of hard to take it serious. I don't know about y'all, but as a woman, it's like dudes be sliding your DMs. So one, you gotta pick and choose who you actually entertain in your DMs. Then three, I mean, you ain't about to think you about to get married because somebody's sliding your DMs, right? So I didn't.
You ain't about to think you'll get married because somebody's slid your DM, right? Right?
I said that to say, don't sleep on the DMs. Don't sleep on the DMs. So, all right, we talking. Of course, we having like really good conversation. Again, he came straight up. He was like asking all these deep questions, how I see my future, what I want out of life. We talked about, because we both, again, the group is for people who are abstaining until marriage. Obviously, most people that's abstaining have a religious background or have a form of faith, because that's usually people reason, at least one of the main ones for abstaining. So, we talked about how we feel about Christ, our beliefs, and so on and so forth. All this stuff was up front.
All front.
2 days. We was like going hard.
But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna put a pause. I'm gonna put a pause.
Okay.
So I checked the profile, and that thing said New Orleans. I said, what? I said, oh, nah. So, I come back, and I asked my little question. I said, yo, where you from? She like, New Orleans. I was like, okay, that's cool. She's just from New Orleans. A lot of people, put where they're from. She ain't living there. She might not living there. So, where you live? New Orleans. I said, oh.
You was scared?
It wasn't scared. Oh. It was just like, what's going to happen with this? New Orleans. How we going to... Man.
That was
And I'd have had long-distance relationships, too. I had long-distance relationships. But it was different. I had long-distance relationships while I was in college, which they ended up going back home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Long distance is different.
She hit me with that. I said, ooh. But, go ahead, babe. Continue. I'm going to tell you the faith part.
So, about 2 days later, he was like, so we need to video chat, because he needs to know that I'm real and that, I'm really cute, like in real life. So, he like, we've been talking for 2 days. We need to know this not a catfish. Uh-huh. So, I'm like, okay, I was thinking the same thing, but I'm like, men, they usually like the main ones that like, I need to see you. So I was just kind of chilling or whatever. And he was like, we need to video chat. So cool. We get on video chat. He pop in the camera. I pop in the camera. And all I saw, I was like, oh my God. Your beard is so big and you just so chocolate. And I was cheesed up. He thought it was a bad thing. He thought that I wasn't attracted to him or something like. He was like, is that a good thing or whatever? It was big at the time. It was like real long, and I was like, yeah, he was cute, and y'all see him smiling. He got a real nice smile, and I always wanted me a chocolate man too. So the Lord be knowing. I'd always tell him, I said, I always liked the dark-skinned guys, but they never was attracted to me because I never dated a dark-skinned. Like, I see them and I think they're handsome, but they don't talk to me. So I ain't never, had me a dark-skinned man. Oh, baby. But God. Mm-hmm.
Saying the best for last.
That boy. Anywho, so, of course, he was like, oh, you're so beautiful. You have a beautiful smile and so on and so forth, bucking me up and stuff. So I'm like, okay. So we talked, man. We went so hard for about, I don't know how long ago it was, about 4 months. We talked for like 4 months. In that particular time frame, like, we had planned to meet up and stuff, and it didn't work out. So after, look at Candy. After we was supposed to meet up, it's like things just kept jumping in between. He had stuff planned, and I'm a jump on it and go on a trip type whatever person. And he had like he's more of a planner. I'm more spontaneous. So I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going here and I just jump up and go somewhere.
I had trips, y'all.
He had
that
trips
year,
planned and he planned out his year of how he gonna move. Yeah. So that became like a big thing because when I'm ready to go or when I'm ready for you to go, I'm like, let's go. And he more like, this not in what I had planned. And so that was like a thing. So basically, we stopped talking. We stopped talking because, again, long distance is hard. Like, it's hard, especially when you have like certain expectations of, how you think dating should go. And it just wasn't working out for us. So we stopped talking. And now, mind you, I had been single for a little over 2 years. I hadn't talked to nobody. Like I probably talked to like one guy before him or something like that, but I hadn't talked to nobody. Like it took me a while to actually talk to guys and just date and whatever. So he like helped open the door to me even being like, I enjoyed having somebody to talk to. I enjoyed like just, like I guess companionship. Like I enjoyed that. So it made me want to date again even though we didn't quote unquote work out. And so at this point I started dating. Him on the other hand, he actually was fasting and praying. We wasn't talking. He fasting and praying. He like, he wanted to know because again, he came in ready for marriage. Like he was looking for his wife basically. And that just show you how two people could be on two different pages because like I said, in my mind, we didn't work out. So I'm like, okay, I'm going, this is my sign. I need to get out and date more, see people or whatever. He was like, I need to know if this is, this is it. Like, I need to know if, I guess, Erica is it before I, move on or whatever the case may be. I want to say, would you say that you knew then that I was your potential wife?
So this would be...
That would have been like mid 2018.
Yeah, because I told God I was good. I said, so the thing was, we prayed, she hit me with this, I need some time. And I was like, all right, God. So we didn't talk at all. It was like 30 days or 20-something days, something
yeah, it
like
was
that.
about 30 days.
Yeah. But I told God, I said, man, I got to be good. Whatever happens. And, God is funny. But
so do you feel like you knew in that time frame or do you feel like it came later?
No, it came later. But God showed me after when we reconnected some things that happened when it transpired in that situation. Okay. He showed me like, okay, you know what you got to do. But the biggest thing with our situation was I was in, but I always say you can't be.
Yeah, it took me longer.
You can't be in a relationship by yourself.
How long? Because again, like we talking about like men who, if they know, like when they know type thing. How early would you say you knew that I was the woman you would marry, or the type of woman?
See, it ain't so okay. I think we had this discussion before, but
we did. Didn't give a ballpark.
No, but
I don't want to go too deep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, it's not about always that you know. It's about the path. So my thing was early on, I could see you potentially being that. Then it's about the walk. Sometimes we ask God for these signs. God. God ain't always gonna say, yes, my son, this is the one.
That's true.
It's more about God. If she's not, show me what to get rid of or how to move. So he'll show you things that trigger. Oh, it's not necessarily a yes or a no.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be, oh, hey, hold on, that's weird. Where did that come from? That's kind of odd. So the path was, okay, she's going to church. She's doing these things. She prays. Okay, her lifestyle is, she's decent on her lifestyle. She's not out here going crazy. You know what I mean? Things like that. That's when I started. Okay, she could potentially.
So you would say like small confirmations.
Yeah, she potentially could be the one.
Okay.
So you gotta travel. You gotta follow the path. Faith. You gotta walk faith.
That's
it ain't
so
always.
true.
It ain't always a definite answer.
Yeah. I mean, our story is definitely that because again, we met in the end of 2017. We didn't get married until this year, which is 2021. But we reconnected in 2020, end of August 2020, and we was engaged in 5 months. So again, it's almost like it's a process. But the thing is, when you know, because when we came back around, we stopped talking again because initially he was moving to New Orleans. Like that was our conversation. Like, if we follow through, he gonna move to New Orleans because I had no intentions on moving.
New Orleans didn't have no jobs for me. That was kind of like my confirmation. I didn't really tell her, but God, man, God shows you certain things. And I just begin to see, I was like, yo, okay, I'm in this path. But God started showing me a couple of different things.
That wasn't in the books for us.
That was in the books.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do some new things in my life. And to break some things that men in my family had always moved in with women and stuff like that. So God was showing me that he wanted to change that thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And even in my life, I seen where I moved in with women. And I was like, okay. And I kept on, it always would be this thing where, oh, you can come live with me. Oh, we can get this house together. But then this would be something totally different where I basically got my own house, and then you can bring that woman in. I'm not saying everybody needs to do this, and it's not for everybody, but you gotta allow the Lord to deal with you accordingly. And there's a lot of curses and stuff that people are dealing with that are specific to your generation or your family that God wants to break off. And that's what I started dealing with. It's a lot of things that I know God called me to be a generational breaker in my family.
Generational curse breaker.
Thank you, baby. Yeah, generational curse breaker, because it's certain things that even with my lifestyle, I've been the first to do certain things. And God, I was like, God, why it's so hard? But he always tell me, you're going to be different.
Yeah. Amen.
So,
as you see, he ain't moved to New Orleans. So, I ended up moving to Virginia. But, anywho.
Shout out to New Orleans. I love you, New Orleans.
He definitely love New Orleans. We're going to come visit, but it was not in God's will for us to move. At least not in this season. You know, we don't know what the future holds. And we very open to, whatever God has in store for us.
Amen.
But yeah, in this season that wasn't in the books. So again, I'm close off to moving. He was initially moving. This ain't working out, so we ain't working out basically. So now we don't call it quits. Particularly for good. In my mind, again, we are so different. So me, I am move on queen. Listen, once I am I'm very all in or all out. Like, I ain't about the playing around. I ain't about the no. It either is or it ain't. Simple. So when we was trying. I was all in. Whatever we need to do. But once we called it quits, I'm done. and I am going to continue to do what I know to do, and that's to be me, to live life, to be happy. And so, I don't dwell on things. So I went about my business, and he said that he didn't really like that about me because he was almost mad that I was able to just move on like that, because he not like that. He once, I guess, he saw the vision of, once he had a type of knowing, that was enough to keep him. And so, he was kind of just almost like just waiting it out, so to say. He done talk to people and even tried dating, but I was living life. Like, and when I say living life, it wasn't even really the dating, because I really didn't, like, I talked to maybe like two guys in between. But for the most part, it wasn't even dating when I say living my life. More so like just going out, almost like getting to know me, going on vacation, working, and just kind of occupying myself, I would say. But I wasn't tripping on the fact that we didn't work out. However, during the process, it started hitting me. So this is like, it was actually like 2020. So it was kind of like around the time, I guess, God knew he was about to, put us back together, that he kind of started working on me. Like, let me do something with her, because if I don't do nothing with her, this man gonna have a hard time.
No, I'm gonna tell you, God is so strategic. 2020, I started talking to a few people, and they were not lasting. And you guys, I told her the story, but I'm gonna tell y'all, this is like Fat Joe said, Joe for a moment, but this is a Marcus Erica moment revealed to y'all. Very few people know this. So I was so intentional about marriage. Not just, I didn't know who. I bought a ring March 2020, not knowing who it was. I said, God, you know what? I saw a ring. I liked it. I went to the store and bought it. I said, God, I'm going to get married within the next 2 years. I don't know who.
We wasn't talking.
No, yeah. I don't know who it is. And I believe that God was like, yo, this dude is serious. And then the women, I started talking to some women. I seen potential in a few people. And it was like, something will pop up where I'm like, not that. But see, the thing is, I'm gonna tell you something. God,
baby, Latia's in the spirit. She said they wasn't me.
Yeah, it ain't necessarily that the women were bad women. It just, if you take this, you might potentially lose out on something that is for the one that's truly meant for you. Not saying they're bad, right, but you gotta live with this. Mm-hmm. You really gotta live with this. And I was like, man, these women, I'm like, man, they're cool, but can I live with this? And I had friends talking back and forth. But God knew, I'm gonna tell you, it was getting close. It was getting real close.
Start dropping like flies. Huh?
And God said, one particular person, I was like, yo. And God just shut it down. And that's how I knew when she came about. I was like, you keep playing.
He was saving the best.
You keep playing. God ain't got me, dog.
So we started back talking because, thank you. We started back talking because, as you guys know, New Orleans always get hurricanes.
Crazy in 2020.
And if they ain't getting hurricanes, they getting hurricane threats. So
lots of them in 2020.
yeah, so in 2020 it was like real bad. We really got like threats the whole season. So we talking June all the way to like early November is hurricane season. It was October, we were still getting hurricane threats. However, August is like the heavy month, usually the same time around Katrina. So
Oh, hold on, wait. I know you don't like to do this. Tell them about how you try to go to Bali.
I'll tell them about that after. So
trying to cut me out, y'all. Good.
anywho, they had two storms at the same time that was supposed to be hitting New Orleans.
Yeah.
So one thing is we wasn't talking, and when I say we wasn't talking, that means that I wasn't reaching out to him. I didn't entertain him in no way, no how, because again, I told you I'm like
I blocked him.
yeah, he blocked me on like social media and stuff. But that's because not because I was trying to reach out to him. That's because he didn't want to see me living my best life.
Yeah, it popped up. I felt like the Lord was talking to me. New Orleans, New Orleans. I said, customers come in, New Orleans, New Orleans. But I ain't see this many people from New Orleans ever in my life.
He was talking to you.
All of a sudden, New Orleans, New Orleans, Bourbon Street. What the hell? Juvenile, Cash Money. What the hell?
Taking over for 99 2000. So the storm is coming or whatever, and he sent me a message, and he just like, and then like I said, I wasn't reaching out, and he would reach out to me, send me a happy birthday message, but it was just always so genuine. Like, I know when he would hit me up, I could tell he didn't want nothing. It was just like, I don't want nothing from you. Like, I genuinely care about you. Like, I'm genuinely checking on you, whatever. Like, nothing can come of this, and I'll be fine, and I'll check on you again. Just genuine. And so he reached out. He was like, hey, I heard about the storms. I hope all is well. I hope y'all safe. I know you probably got to work, because I worked in the hospital at the time. So he was like, I know you probably got to work. I hope your family's safe, so on and so forth. And I'm like, I have been going through it. Work, the pandemic, man. If again, I was working in the hospital. The pandemic had hit us so hard. Like, we never stopped working. Like, everybody was home quarantining and living their best life, and I was working nonstop. I worked every shift in the book. I mean, it was horrible. So I'm like, I had been thinking about him because I had been like stressed and stuff at work, and I missed our friendship. Like, Marcus was the person that I could talk to about work and tell him what's going on, and he would like, instantly, if I'm having a bad day, he would be like, let's pray, stuff like that. So it wasn't just this, you kind of call somebody and you talking about work or something that's bothering you, and it's just like, they just kind of listening, like, and you just complaining to somebody. Like, he wanted to do whatever it took to help relieve me of that burden, help solve my problems, just make it easy on me as best as he can. So I really, really miss that. So when he reached out, I was like, oh my goodness, that's him. Like, he was that person for me, and I wasn't getting that. Like I said, when I would talk to other people, like, I just didn't get that genuine concern for me, so that was a big thing. So the minute I saw that, it just melted my heart. It just melted my heart, and I was like, I really miss him or whatever. Mind you, like I said, during the process, like, God was really dealing with my heart, like, on some, Marcus is a good man, and like, you don't want to feel like you missed out. Every guy I dated, I always was like, it's always been easy for me to move on, because I always felt like they was the one losing out. I know that I'm a good woman. I know I have a lot to offer. Like, I love, like I say, I do detach easy if it's not productive, but when I'm in it, I'm in it, and I love full. Like, I love on full. And so, I know I had a lot to offer. So I always was like, if it didn't work out, they lost. But this is the only time I felt like I might be the one losing out. Like, I ain't never feel like that about a man. I ain't never questioned, like, whether or not, this is a good move, or I'm gonna miss them, or so on and so forth. But I kind of felt that with Marcus, and I was like, oh, Erica, like you don't want to be that person, like whatever. So that's the type of stuff that was going on with me to kind of let me know that it was something deeper there. And also, I was in my room, like, and I was praying and stuff, and
I thought you were gonna be LL Cool J.
no,
No.
no, no, I wasn't staring at the wall. I was just praying and like cleaning up and stuff, and basically, I wrote my vows. So that was something I ended up telling Marcus that like a little bit before I went, right? Because he was like, when you gonna write your vows or whatever? And I was like, I already got my vows. He was like, what you mean you already got your vows? I wrote my vows and we wasn't talking. I wrote my vows.
She's stubborn, y'all.
I put Marcus' name.
Oh!
I put Marcus' name in it because like, it's like I knew, but again, it wasn't as Marcus is your husband type, whatever. It just was like, in my heart, I was like, that's my man.
Marcus.
That's my man.
Virginia.
And I wrote my vows out that night.
Right.
And the start of my vows says that I'm not surprised of the man who's standing here before me. Because again, at that point, I knew that Marcus was my husband. We not talking. And the Lord know me because I'm not reaching out. Now, how you write vows for a man? How you kind of come to this place where you know this your husband and you still ain't gonna reach out? Talk about stubborn.
Stubborn.
But God.
Ha ha.
He knew he was gonna reach out. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
So.
That's how.
So. And I was going on a fast. The same week.
Oh. Yep. The Lord again, y'all. Listen to this. The group struck again. So in the group, they had this challenge.
Pray for your spouse challenge.
Pray for your spouse.
No, that came up. I was doing my own fast, babe.
But I'm gonna tell my part, and you can go back to your part. Pray for your spouse challenge. Who I see on the page? I ain't seen him.
You saw me.
Who pops up? Mad again. I'm mad again. I'm getting out of the group. I don't want to be in the group. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of seeing her face.
That man was stressed out.
I'm tired of it. So, pray. Here I am. And I'm sitting up there saying, because I'm supposed to be the one, but
I was praying for my spouse.
So,
I knew it was him.
So,
at this point, I knew it was him.
So, I ain't doing a challenge. I told her, I ain't doing a challenge. I ain't doing a challenge. I don't want to do a challenge. Mad. So, I see that. I'm mad again. So, but go ahead. Tell them your part. I got mad again. See the challenge. Forgive me, Lord. You know my heart. It really is, but it will hurt. It will hurt. But I'm gonna grab the charger real quick.
You gonna get the charger. Let me finish the story because it ain't like he don't know this. So, shoot, I forgot where I was at. Oh, I was about to do a fast. So I was about to do a fast. He reached out to me. The fast was intentionally about him. Like, I had came to this place, like I said, I felt like, I knew in my heart that Marcus was my husband. And now the fast was just for me to get clarity. It was particularly about, like, Lord, is Marcus my husband? If so, I want to move forward with him. Like, I don't want to entertain the idea of nobody else. Whatever. That's how I am. She said you had Marcus in his feelings.
Definitely was.
So, I need to see if I can turn this Facebook sideways. You think it's gonna turn? No, it don't turn it. We'll tweet. Can't turn your phone while you're live. Oh Lord, his phone down always.
Hey, you know production.
They ain't even in. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Yeah. Oh. This was not supposed to be this long.
You talk?
I could talk. It's really him. You plugged up? Unplug this. Okay, you only got percent. So I'm going on the fast. The fast was about Marcus. I wanted to know, was he my husband? Because, I need to know what to do. So, right when I committed to going on the fast, Marcus reached out about the song. Sorry, y'all. Marcus still trying to plug this thing up. What? Shoot. Let me put y'all on this thing. Hold on 1 minute. Use this and that technical difficulties. So listen now. It's over. Okay. So, I'm going on the fast. Marcus reach out. I'm like, oh, Lord. Lord, is that you? That's what I was saying to myself. So, then, after we talk, I'm like, oh Lord, I need to kind of do something because I made a mistake and video chat him. I'm at work and I made a mistake and video chat him. And y'all, I almost broke my fingers trying to hang this phone up because I didn't mean to call him.
I was on lunch. My lunch had ended. And I was about to get back on my computer. And I'm like, video call from Erica. What?
Boy, I was.
And I'm sitting there. That's the Lord. Dude.
He answered. Oh my goodness, my heart dropped. My heart sunk because I'm like, hey, Marcus. I was like, hey. And then he was like,
Yes, Latia. She had me all in my feelings.
So then after that, but even though I was like, oh my goodness, I done called this boy, but at the same time, when his face popped up, I was just like, oh, look at Marcus. And I just, you see somebody and you just miss them all over again. That's how it was. But I was like, oh Lord. So then I just told him, because he know how I am. I was like, I did not mean to call you. I was like, I made a mistake and call you. I was like, but since you're on the phone, I was like, how you doing and stuff. And we kind of talked a little bit. I had forgot I was at work.
And she cheesing. Big cheese.
I love cheese.
Big
I had forgot I was at work. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll call you later. No, I say I'll talk to you later because I'm at work or whatever, hope your day go well or whatever. We got off the phone. And after that, I was just so full. I was like, oh, I missed him. I really missed him. So again, I'm going on this fast. So I'm like, I don't really want to talk to him right now. So then I told him that he kind of messaged me after that.
I was on a trip.
Sweet Marcus.
I was going all the way to Connecticut to visit my brother.
No, this was directly after the FaceTime. And you just was like, it was so nice seeing you. It's always still Erica.
I was on my trip.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was on my trip.
Well, he sent me this message basically saying it was nice to see me and stuff. And basically, like, I still got this place in his heart. He kind of, and it was real simple. Again, Marcus is, he is so sweet. He really is. Like, to this day, I just love that about him. Like, he's just really a sweet person. And he not, like, over the top. Like, even in, like, when I get dressed or something, he don't be like, oh my God, babe, you're so beautiful. And, when it feel all cheesy, he just be like, babe, you look nice. And I'll be like, thank you. So it's always just so genuine, I guess would be the word. So, he said what he said, and it just kind of gave you this warm feeling, and I was like, oh, whatever. And so I didn't say much to him because, again, I'm not real emotional. I'm not real out there. Like, I am a show you. Love is an action word. And it's not to say that the way another person show love is not valid, but I'm going to show you I love you. Like, you going to know I love you by the way I treat you, the way I act with you, and just the way I deal with you. So I'm not just a kind of put it into words type person. I'm more like a show you person. So I don't really say much to him. I just kind of was like, likewise, something, whatever. Be blessed. I didn't really say that, but I just kind of left it at whatever. And so I told him, I ended up telling him, I was like, I said I'm going to talk to my dad. So that's my way of, like, he know that I mean I'm going on a fast, or that it's something I need to pray about. So I was like, I'm going to my class, and I need to talk to my dad. I was like, and I don't want to start nothing.
I did send that to you before I went on my trip.
Yeah, I believe it was like right after we finished.
When you answered, I think I was on my trip.
So yeah, I just was kind of like, that's why I am. I don't really plan on like talking to you. I don't want you to think this is, nothing. Whatever, we'll kind of deal with what's what later.
Yes, Candy, be blessed.
And he was like, he was like, okay, I respect that, because again, he know me and he knew where I was or whatever. However, I didn't get to. I went on a fast, but I didn't get to the fast. I still had days, because then the Perfect Spouse Challenge came up, so I didn't go on my personal fast. I was like, I would just wait and do the fast with the group, right? And so now I had like a few days to the fast. I am like in the car, pulling up at Target, as in like a little Target. And so I'm pulling up, and literally, clear as day, the Lord was like, you need to call Marcus and you need to tell him how you feel. And I was like,
speak, Lord.
Lord, is that you?
Yes, it is.
And it was so heavy on me, like I could not get out this car. It was like, you gotta get this off you. You gotta tell this man how you feel. And I had never really expressed to him how I felt, because again, I'm not as verbal or whatever. So at this point, he on his trip. He leaving his trip to head back home.
I'm in my house with my dad, talking to my dad in Philadelphia, leaving. I'm on the verge of leaving. And
I call him. I call him, and I'm like,
Marcus,
I have to tell you something. I was like, I have to tell you something. You don't have to say anything. Just listen. I need to kind of.
I was like, bye, Dad.
What you say, man?
Bye, Dad. I love you, Dad. Are you watching this? Or you see this? I love you.
He had to go.
I had to go.
Because he knew this was once in a lifetime.
This don't happen often.
So.
We got long drives, so I can listen.
He was like, okay. And so I was like, literally, I literally said it like this. Marcus, I love you.
What? I said, what?
He was like, mind you, I never had told him I love you.
Never.
And we had been talking. We had done talk for like a whole year and stuff. And I had never told him that.
Got these deep feelings for you. I would do anything for you. Something like that. Those words. All those words came up. Some point, somehow.
Yes. Something like that.
Something like that.
And so, I just told him how I felt. And, despite what we had went through, like, I really want the best for him. And I wanted to see... I want to be sure that this was it for us. I was like, whether we go our separate ways or whether we, do life together, I want to make that decision like now or whatever. I was like, so, initially it was like, so let me do this fast, but We never stopped talking since.
She ain't no fast. She was fasting for a year and a half.
Why we wasn't talking?
God working on her. It's parts of the story that we'll talk about more because it's
yeah, some parts is just like segmented, like it's a thing
crazy.
of its own.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's how we started back talking. And again, this is beginning of September, end of August, 2020.
2020.
Then we get to the end of the year, we dating. I'm not talking to nobody, he not talking to nobody. We officially dating. Like, that was another thing. Before, we was just kind of seeing what kind of trying to figure things out. Oh, baby. This time, we dating. You my man.
Yeah, I know what she told her family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that joke was... Yeah.
You my man. So...
I said, what? I told my family, you my man.
You my man.
And she was all cheesed up. Because this is stuff that God had to do with her.
Yeah, it was me the whole time.
He was ready. I was ready.
It was me. So, it's me, oh Lord. So now we dating. It's coming up to the end of the year, October. We done made it through September. It's October. I told him, I need to see you. I need to see you. We need to see each other. He got these times, if you know retail, where he can't get off work. So you got November, he like, oh, we got blackout days.
I don't work two jobs.
We got blackout days, November, December. I was like, listen, you need to figure this out. You need to figure it out. I say what I say. I need to see you. You need to make it happen. In the discussion, almost like this is it, because long distance is hard enough, and it's definitely hard when you're not seeing each other and you're not in each other's presence, because that was a part of the problem before, why we didn't work out before, because and I'm more than sure he really realized that now, since we are together and we get to be together, I need that interaction. Like, I need this. Yes, all of that. I need this. This is my love language, and so he was fine talking to me on the phone and figuring out about my day and all that. And he said, in a sense, he wasn't fine, but basically he was better at dealing with it than me. It was taking a toll on me. So, I need to see you. The next day, because I left it at that. I had a little attitude.
Oh, she had attitude.
But I left it at that. Like, make it happen.
Big man.
Big two.
Big two. Big man.
The next day. Yeah, somebody said less than 24 hours, like we the pastor. Less than 24 hours.
No, like three or 4 hours, because I couldn't sleep. And I couldn't sleep. And I was up there on my phone looking at Valentine's Day weekend, making plans. No, I couldn't sleep.
The next morning, he used to text me, good morning, whatever. He texted me, how about Valentine's Day weekend? Or whatever, you could come, you come here. And I was like, I felt like it was a little further out than I would have liked, but the Holy Spirit was like, you told the man, make a decision. He made a decision. You need to respect that. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to be like, I was trying to see you in 3 weeks or whatever. I didn't be like that. I just was like, I said, okay, simple, okay. And I was like, once I kind of thought about it, I was like, I love the fact that, once I put it out there, he made it happen. The timing may have not been what I wanted, but he made it happen. So, cool. Valentine's Day weekend, I go to Virginia. That's when we get engaged. I wasn't expecting an engagement. Again, we had, started back talking, and we was building and whatever. So she said about to miss that blessing. so I'm like, I just wanted to see him. Like that was good enough for me. So I come here.
And it rained, y'all. It rained so
Yeah,
much.
we
Rain,
couldn't do
snow.
nothing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, we just like really like chilled. No, I was. Candy said she was expecting it. I wasn't. I was just kind of like, whatever. But sure enough,
I was plotting it, but I wasn't really plotting it. It was kind of like a.
mind you, this is the same ring he had from March. Perfect size, no resizing. Like it was my ring. It was for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that part.
He proposed. He put that ring on my finger. It was a perfect fit. And when he told me that he bought that ring in March and whatever, he didn't know who it was going to be for. Again, we wasn't talking or none of that. I'm like, confirmation for real. So, yeah. We got engaged. Before I left, we had a wedding date. We had a wedding budget. And we was planning the wedding. Yeah. So, again, Marcus has been serious from day one. And Marcus has been Marcus from day one. I say all that to say, if a man gonna slide in your DMs, don't just refuse it because it's not your typical way of meeting a man or whatever the case may be, because it can work out. However, know a person's intentions. Yeah. Again, technically, me and Marcus could have been married. I believe that there's a certain time, and so, we married now, and that's the way it was supposed to be. But we could have been married because we've been knowing each other for a while, and so on and so forth. But
communication was sometimes off sometimes, too.
Mm-hmm. We was definitely on different pages at times. But, a man gonna make his intentions known. How he feel about you. And even if it's not you, that's fine too. But don't be like just playing around, because that's bad. That can turn out bad. If y'all get nothing from this, just know that when it wasn't working out, we left it be. Like, don't be dragging a person on and kind of you in another state, you dating 2 other people, and I'm in another state and I'm dating a few people, but we kind of dragging. We ain't doing all that. Yeah. Either this is or it ain't. And even if you're in the same city, like I do feel like you can talk to multiple people. I'm not saying that. You can talk to multiple people, but if you're going to put energy and time into a person, put energy and time into that person. Like, don't be, dealing with all of these people.
For me, it's too much.
I mean, it definitely can be too much.
Because I'd be like, I tried to be a player one time. That junk was so hard, man. It's crazy. Like, the capacity. One girl will call, I get off the phone. The other one will call, I say, oh, yeah.
You don't have the energy. Because really, when you're feeling somebody, y'all be on the phone all day and texting and on the phone all night. So you really don't have time to talk to other people anyway. But I'm just saying that don't think you can't talk to multiple people, because you can. Can't say I hate it. You can't talk to multiple people. If you have the time and energy and you need to kind of, date around to figure out who you like, that is fine. But once you like somebody, then it really don't make sense to still be talking to a lot of other people. If you really got somebody you like, that makes no sense.
And that's something else I'm going to tell y'all. This is more for the ladies. When a guy really, really wants you, it's going to be known. But what I feel like in this time, in this age, and I hear this from so many women, I got a lot of women friends, is that when that comes, women get scared. Because they be like, what? But for real, like, Erica can tell you, I never changed, like, what I wanted. Like, because I knew what I wanted. Yeah. It wasn't just be a girlfriend forever. It wasn't, I've been there. I've done that. I'm older now. So my intentions were well known. We discussed this stuff. Even though I think I went a little more harder with it than her, but still, even in that, the intentions never changed.
Yeah, that's true. So
So
we didn't even get to the question.
yeah, we're gonna answer the question real quick because
You think?
yeah, real quick because we only got a couple.
Y'all playing? Y'all still up?
Yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us. But we're gonna answer some of these questions because I don't think it's gonna take a lot. We answered a lot of them already, but let's be specific. All right. So one question was, how did you know when it was more than just casual dating, or was it ever casual? We never casually dated. Like our intentions were really up front. Like we knew marriage was always the end game.
Can't you say barely, but I'm here. I still work for them people. I feel you, Candy.
Keep your job. I gotta go work with more too. Oh man, but yeah, we always knew marriage was a part. So it was never just we're just doing something to do. So I can just say, yeah, we always knew what we wanted when we had to do it.
Lucia said, honey, I was sleeping, but my eyes wide open now.
Oh God!
Y'all too funny. So, my answer. I agree with Marcus. We never casually dated. We was very upfront with our intentions. However, the benefit of being upfront with your intentions is we're dating now. So we're married and we are dating.
Yeah.
Because we didn't indulge in that like heavy while we were dating. So I think it makes for great fun because you get to date in your marriage, and that's a good thing. So yeah, you have time to date. You're supposed to date your husband and your wife for the rest of your life anyway. So dating can wait. So one person asks, waiting on your husband till marriage, did you feel you had to be over the top for the first time? So this is a sex-based question. So as we mentioned, we were in a group to abstain until marriage. And we did that. Thank you, Lord. So we did save ourselves until our marriage. And it was not easy. It wasn't easy as individuals, and then it wasn't easy once we were together, especially once we got engaged. Because that's where like you can start blurring the lines. So we was very intentional about not blurring the lines or not allowing the lines to get blurred in that process, because that's where a lot of people slip up from, again, being in a group and just talking to people. That's usually where the slip ups happen. Because you so close to marriage that you kind of wiggle a little bit. So we were very intentional about like staying on the straight and narrow and protecting each other, because that's what it's really about. You protecting your mate, because ultimately your desire is to honor God and baby. So did you feel you had to be over the top for the first time? No. We talked about that. We talked about our expectation in marriage counseling, and as we discussed certain things as we got closer to marriage. And basically I was like, we have the rest of our life, literally. I want him to have Abraham 120 years. We still getting pregnant at 99. So we have the rest of our life to enjoy each other on that level. So no, I was not, or he was not like trying to pull out all the moves on our wedding night. And let me tell you one thing. It was like we was waiting, and the worst thing happened to us during our waiting process. My lady month came on like a few days before our wedding. So we did not, wedding night wasn't what we had planned it to be or whatever. Anyway, but we did enjoy our honeymoon because, a few days past that, we was able to enjoy our honeymoon. But we wasn't doing all that. We just was, enjoying each other, enjoying the fruits of our labor of waiting until marriage. That's another topic. We'll talk about that at another time. I highly suggest it. Pretty, you abstaining until marriage.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but that's another topic for another time.
That's a whole. Yeah.
Is he picky? Is he a picky eater? If yes, do you have to cook 2 meals to accommodate his taste? No, he is not picky at all. I can count on 2 fingers things that Marcus don't eat.
Yeah.
So that is great for me because I am actually the picky one. I've been, I would say, eating more lately since I'm here and I'm with him and he eats more stuff. But before I moved here, basically I only ate chicken and seafood. That was it. And then whatever. I'm heavy on the starches. So I love pasta and stuff like that. But for the most part, I can cook anything and he's fine. I ain't cooking no 2 meals anyway. So thank you, Lord. So no, he's not picky either at all. I'm more of the picky one. When did you know you will marry your husband? I kind of answered that. Basically said that I was the last to know. So yeah, I knew when I discovered it in our off season. Like we actually wasn't talking, and then I was like, Marcus is gonna be my husband. How it was gonna happen? Lord knows. But it happened. And like I said, once it happened, it was yes.
It's all about decision.
It was so fast.
Decision.
It was so fast. Yeah.
And I used to tell her, I said, you just gotta make a decision.
Yeah, he used to say that all the time. He was like, God don't make decisions for you. He gives you insight. He gives you wisdom and discernment, and you make decisions based on that. That is so true, and that is so good.
Because we'll mess it up. So the thing is, a lot of times we want God to say yes or no, and He can. I'm not saying He can't in certain situations, but some things you gotta think. Even with Adam and Eve, God placed Eve in front of Adam. He didn't say, "This is your wife." Mm-hmm. Adam had a choice whether or not to receive Eve as his wife. So we gotta be mindful of all these things that we want God to do. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, what did Adam tell God? Mm-hmm. It was that when woman.
When it went south, he blamed God.
Yeah. So God is not stupid.
Yeah, He's not gonna put us in a position to make him out of a lie, basically.
Yeah. And so we make these decisions, we do all the stuff, and then we blame God. But God wasn't doing all these decisions either.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep that same energy because that's very important in marriage. Like you have to choose each other every day. You have to choose each other when you don't care for each other, and you gotta. I ain't gonna say care for each other. You don't like each other, or when things get tough. So choosing is very important.
Right. Do y'all have any questions for us?
Oh, they had one more question, which was like 2 questions they asked on Facebook about kids. Okay. We get this question all the time. We've been getting it before marriage, and we definitely been getting it since we got married.
I got it asked
Do y'all want kids? If so, how many? We do want kids. I had no limit. I'm a no limit soldier. I thought I told you. I ain't care how many.
No limit is out of business right now.
So Marcus was like, he wanted 2 at least. And I said, can we just move to 3? And he said, yeah. People say that might change once you start having children. But hey, he been praying for triplets, so we can knock them out in one pregnancy. But we are waiting. We're waiting for a little bit. Because again, we were apart, we're now together, and we're dating. So while we date in our marriage, we're going to wait. But
practice.
Yes.
That's what we're doing, practicing. Not game time yet. We ain't AI.
He always make these sports analogies, men. Anywho, yeah, what he said. So,
practice.
Yeah, y'all will know when it's time, and then the kids gonna come. But we definitely plan on having some
What's the other
babies. That was the two part.
Oh.
It was two different questions, but basically the same thing. Somebody asked, "Do you want kids?" and the other person asked, "When we plan on having kids?"
All right. Do y'all have any questions for us?
No.
Going once, going twice.
Y'all see our Christmas sweaters? That was his idea. He said he was putting on the Christmas sweater, so I was like, me too. But I think we done. This was way too long.
And you know what? She always said, I'm the talker. Oh, baby.
You know why it was that
she
long?
let this thing off.
It was that long. It was that long because he started. See, when he tell a story in long.
No, babe. We don't go back and look at this line. You were talking. You kept it. I was short. Hey, you've been married to me too long.
Candy said, I said y'all Christmas sweatering.
Who said that?
Candy.
Yes. Tis the season.
We enjoyed y'all too.
Thank y'all. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Because I know it's kind of late.
Entertaining.
I don't know what.
It's late.
Yeah.
And we are an hour ahead for.
I know Latia's on that West Coast.
New Orleans people, they're an hour early.
Oh, yeah. Good God. It's almost 1 o'clock here. And Latia is probably, it's what, 9 o'clock there, Latia?
It's 3 hours difference? 3 or 4?
Yeah, so about 10.
It should be 4 hours because it's 3 hours from New Orleans. Time.
3 hours from here.
Oh.
3 hours from here.
Well, anywho, maybe we should ask Latia. She knows the nuts, but anywho. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Next time we ain't doing the live. We just gonna post a video because it's taking long. Almost 11. It's 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, she said 2 hours now. All right. Good night. You don't have to give him a kiss for it.
Good night, y'all.